Hey everyone! So, Lords of the Fallen has been out since last Friday, October the 13th. Since then, the team over at CI Games have been hard at work trying to fix the numerous performance issues this game has had across all platforms. Today, I'm going over the latest 2 patches this game has gotten on Monday and Tuesday since I'm on PC, but those on console should be seeing it soon enough. Links to the patch notes will be in the description box. Alright, so we'll be starting with the patch from Monday, October 16th. So highlights from this patches are major AMD GPU fixes. These updates resolved the GPU crashes on AMD cards, which accounted for over 30% of reported crashes. There were multiplayer adjustments have been made to prioritize stronger connections between players over quick matchmaking, addressing the can't connect messages and rubber banding that some people have definitely experienced when trying to co-op. Plan on reintroducing crossplay to the online experience once we gather sufficient data from both PvE and PvP have ensured its stability. So currently, if any of you guys have friends on other platforms than the one that you're playing on, you're not going to be able to crossplay with your buddies at all because of the amount of different issues that we've seen. I have tried to co-op with several people. Unless you're on the same platform, even then there were definitely issues there as well. Balancing the price of the flame funnel spell and social shrine goals have been adjusted. Other gameplay adjustments were several gameplay fixes and improvements, including addressing issues with the soul flay attack, player orientation, and animations. So they updated the retrieve vigor animation to be faster and interruptible more quickly, and add iframes until vigor is retrieved. Thank goodness for that one, because I wish they just took that animation out in general and it would be similar to when you just pick up an item instead of it being that way. But at least I guess now we at least have iframes, so it should be better, as well as the animation when you don't have any heals to be quicker as well, which is nice because I felt like the animation was way too long. Unfortunately for those who have been doing the farming spot with that red Grim Reaper, the official name is the Scarlet Shadow according to these patch notes. They have patched that now because it says here that if you leave your character to farm on their own, you might find them dead when you return. So no more farming that spot, guys. They've also modified invasion area gameplay sublayer in the Fitzroy Gorge to prevent rare instances where the invader would spawn underground at the beginning of the invasion. Players could previously exit the boundary and fall out of the world at the Abbey of the Hollowed Sisters. Visual adjustments for the Effigy of Scorn have been adjusted to activate their clothing physics, as well as UI. The skip cinematic flow has been improved by displaying the required key on the screen when any button is pressed, so you would always know what you need in order to skip, which is nice. Things like those, I feel like minor things. It adds to the overall quality of your experience. Next is the patch notes that we've gotten last night, Tuesday, October the 17th. So here it says they have begun to implement more substantial performance improvements. This is aimed to free up VRAM to provide additional headroom for GPUs that are operating at the limit of their capabilities. They express that this is taking some time because we're committed to ensuring that you do not lose any quality. As we can see here, this is a lot of stability fixes and stuff for different actions that could cause the game to crash. So that's good. Then for performance, it says adjust soulflay texture size and materials to make them easier for the GPU to handle VRAM wise. We work some UI elements to free up memory, as well as reduce memory allocation for environment interactions to free up approximately 16 megabytes of memory. Anchor images are now loaded only when interacting with Vestige. Now for bosses, it says the Crimson Rector Parasite will no longer trigger heavy reactions on the player. I haven't made it to that boss yet, so I don't know what this is talking about. For NPC, it says Sparky has received some additional lines of dialogue. Balancing changes, adjustments have been made for New Game Plus bosses and regions, especially in the almost end game stages of New Game Plus. We felt we were too enthusiastic and the previous curve was too steep. On the topic of this, I wonder if they're going to make any sort of adjustments for New Game Plus at all with the vestiges situation. If any of you guys have been on the Lords of the Fallen Reddit at all, you might have come across this. A lot of people were not happy about the way that they did New Game Plus. Personally, for me, I'm not interested in New Game Plus either, based off of that design choice where you only have access to the hub area of the game as a fast travel point, and then the vestige seed that you would plant. That's just a lot of walking around to get from point A to Z. They have also reduced the price of the seeds in Molhu's store from 2,500 vigor to 1,200 vigor, so that's a nice change. And then other gameplay fixes we see here: fixed player behavior during interactions with NPC and vendor screens, which could lead to weird orientations, modified vestige interaction to allow camera movement while interacting with the vestige, which is nice because you can look around just in case if an enemy is approaching or something that could knock you out of vestige screen. Then for collision fixes, a small collision bump that could cause AI to get stuck near Agatha's vestige. Fix a missing umbral nav mesh in Pilgrim's Perch east section that would make umbral inhabitants stop pursuing players. And fix a small ground issue at the Skyrest Bridge. As for the UI, they have modified the maximum length for online session passwords to 8 characters, as players typically use 4 to 6 character words. Added additional sound to the splash screen, and now if you equip ammo or a spell that cannot be used, the X button is also displayed in the widget. And fixed a bug where the character's name would pop up couldn't be closed with the gamepad when spamming A or B while opening it, and reverted that any button shows A to skip in cinematic, as it wasn't working well on some devices. And then there's also adjustments made to the 3D photo mode. If you guys want to read these patch notes yourself, it will be in the description again of this video. As always guys, thanks for watching, and there will be more Lords of the Fallen content to come.